Do you make money live streaming?
Yeah. So I'll probably talk about this a little bit. I run a micro label called Mogul House.
Okay, wait.
So,
Save it.
Yeah. So
we need to.
I'll tell you more about it later. Yeah.
Oh. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the House of Royale. My name is Rochelle. It's not Rachel. I am your host, Rochelle. Thank you. Also, please go to the Patreon, patreon.com/House of Royale, drop 10 G's, and I will give Bishop 5.
Yeah.
That's how we roll out here. We are here to serve y'all. We are entertainers in showbiz, but we can't do any of this without mass amounts of money. So go support us. If you're a millionaire, it's a tax write-off, honey. Just be an angel investor for us today and give us all that money. We love you so much. And we'll see you in a second. Bye. And we're back. Today, I have a songwriter, producer, vocalist, creative director. He will change your life with his magical voice, with his beautiful smile and personality, you guys. Please give it up for the amazing Bishop.
What's up, y'all? What's up? Michelle, thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is amazing. You got the whole operation going. I'm like, I'm in amazement right now.
Look, I just met you.
Uh-huh.
I saw you in soundcheck, first of all, and then live.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'm in the presence of next level musicians that need to be on a world tour right now. Like,
Damn.
you guys really just are magical. How long has the band been together?
Man, these guys, they've been playing with me for exactly a year. Last year? Yeah, last year we did our first gig together, second week of June at an event called Dayfest. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So they were a band, they're called the Troublemakers, and they were the house band for that festival. They did my set rehearsal, and then I started getting more gigs throughout the year. And we just kind of like every once in a while they would play with me, or I would pick 3 guys out of that bunch. So yeah, most of the guys, Chase, who was on bass, drums, CJ, and keys, that's John. They are consistent guys that play for me all the time. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, just beautiful and amazing. And we're gonna get into the whole story and like the intricacies of all of that. But I just want to start with that because it's how I met you, which is so beautiful. And to be able to like relax and just watch a beautiful professional performer perform.
Damn.
And your voice and the energy. And there was a moment where the entire audience came towards you guys.
Dang, okay, for real.
Did you see that?
I didn't even like see that. I was like so like into the energy was real. It was fun. People were into it, but I didn't even see the motion coming forward.
Okay, I don't know who I was standing next to. It was Blair or Tori, and I was like, did he choreograph this with like plants in the crowd?
Damn, no.
I literally thought it was planned out because I was like, what is going on?
That's crazy. Yeah. That's insane, man. It's cool though, like feeling that energy. There's nothing like feeling the energy from people. And I like if that song was pulling them forward, then that means we was doing something right.
I could not believe, I don't think I've ever seen that in my life.
Really? That's crazy.
I mean, it was like 15 people just went zoom, like straight to the middle. And I'm like, they had to have planned this out.
No, honestly, man, I like every show's different. So, you know, there are a few consistent people that come, like my best friends who I love so much. They're my rocks. You know, they support you, so they come out to all the shows just so you love. But every show's been different. Like the amount of people and different faces I see. So that was different for me. People came through. What's coming up? That's what's up.
Yeah, and also just for like the general public that doesn't have to deal with like the sound. Like, depending on what venue you go to, it is just complicated and weird and funky. And that's like a whole other thing. When you have like a full band and you have to get everyone locked in and you're wearing in-ears and like just... I mean, do you guys ever deal with technical difficulties?
All the time. I mean, you know, most of those guys, including myself, we church kids. You grew up in church, you grew up in small churches, like sound sucks. So you're used to just making it work. You know, everybody pull the amps in. You know, there was a church I go sing at where it was just an organ player and it was a like dumbed down system at a country church or whatsoever. You got. I had that night. I was listening to the house. I didn't even have my ears in.
Right.
Yeah. So I was literally that night. I was like, okay, we just gonna rip and roll. The only person that could hear was the drummer. But
dude, same.
yeah,
I heard drums,
Yeah,
y'all.
that's it.
Like
Yeah,
that's it.
that's
Zach
it.
on drums. Shout out Zach. But I was like, where the fuck is my music? And you know, it's crazy because I love performing with a band. But the reason why I love performing with my tracks is because Brandon Sammons and Mario Marchetti are like the two producers of the songs that I usually do live.
Okay, dope.
And they used all live instruments for those backtracks.
so it feels live.
Oh,
Yeah, it feels
I mean,
live.
yes, it's hard to match what they did.
I bet, yeah, to do that live or make it feel live. That's the good thing about having live players on the track. So I feel that. I feel that. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's go back to the beginning.
All right.
How did you know that you could sing? Because I grew up dancing and my mom was like, you don't have the voice to be a singer. So were your parents supportive or what was the deal with you?
Yeah, man. My parents were very supportive. I grew up in a church family, Christian home. They say that I sang before I talked.
Wow.
They would take me to church and they'd like be hearing me in the back. They had a yellow Nova. They said my dad would be like, man, he's singing the songs instead of talking. So I would just always, nah. So, but as a kid, this may seem kind of weird, but I'm gonna tell the story because it's a big part of my life.
Yeah.
There was this lady that was in town from the Bahamas. She was speaking at my grandpa's church, and she saw me dancing in the aisle as a 3-year-old. She said, bring that baby up here. And she gave what we call a prophetic word. It kind of just spoke a vision saying that this dude is going to change the world and through my voice and that. So it's really cool. Like now, you know, we're seeing that. I've been, you know, singing in churches and everything as a kid, but my parents were so dope because it was very like strict upbringing, but also at the same time not. Like I got to do everything. My dad wanted me to still be a kid. So I played football, basketball, all that stuff, baseball, bowl, tennis. I did everything like that. But they also put me in spaces that I didn't want to be in, but it was good for me. I did Cincinnati Boy Choir. I did like jazz stuff. I sang in like all this classical stuff. So I have a very strict training as far as vocality and music. But when it comes to gospel and R&B, like that's the stuff I listen to all the time. You know. So yeah, that's my upbringing, and it just kind of just kept going from there. I started traveling a lot as a kid and doing the jazz orchestra stuff and getting familiar with the road and. Yeah, I fell in love with it.
So incredible. You know, I had a stint with a jazz band as well in high school, and it's like the best training.
Yeah, it is. There's no singing like jazz. Like jazz is crazy, but a lot of it stems from classical music. So starting out in classical and doing voice lessons and playing piano was the best thing. I learned how to hear already. And when you grow up in a black church, like it's all a lot of hearing. You're hearing a ton of shit. So to be able to come back around to bring that and like, let's go to church, let's do this at church or doing jazz and apply all of that, man, it just builds on top of one another.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you think every church singer is amazing or?
Hell no.
Let's get real.
No, man. It was some people growing up. Like we used to clown them. Like we'd be laughing in the back, or you know, me and my sisters, and my dad, you know, the parents, everybody knew. Like sister so and so sucks, you know, or brother so and so sucks. But yeah, everybody is not excellent. But what I always say is everybody can sing. You may not be able to sing well, but you can sing. And I was a part of a 200-member choir in college, gospel choir, and there'd be tons of people that were tone deaf, but we would get them close enough to where when we came together in a choir, man, it made sense. So I think a lot of that is in directing as well and understanding where to put people. But yeah, we shouldn't be giving everybody a mic, but there's a place for everyone in some kind of way.
Now, as a vocalist, how mental is it for you? Because for me, since those words were planted into my brain from my mother, who was Simon Cowell, I've had to work really hard to love myself and to like prove to myself that I can sing. And most of the time people are like, oh my God, your voice is so amazing. And I'm like, oh my God, ugh. Like, no. But what I find is I have to like choose someone in the crowd to perform for, or I have to be around. Like your band gave me the energy that night
For sure.
to sing my ass off. Like you guys lifted me up. And sometimes that can be intimidating for me. Like everything messes with my head.
Yeah.
When you're recording, or if it's like, oh my God, especially for an audition, like where are you at mentally? Do you ever get nervous?
Yeah, you know what? I feel like every person should. The day that you're not getting nervous, I think you should be a little worried. You should feel some kind of something, you know, a little bubble, little gut bubble, something, you know, and that just kind of keeps us human. Although, like, no matter how much you put into your actual craft, and becoming the most excellent, there still should be some reminder that you're dependent on something, whatever that is for you, whether that's family, the band, whatsoever. And so I feel like people who isolate themselves, they do become really good. They're also isolated in real life too. And I hate that. I don't want to be like that. So I'm always like, I want to be the best in the room. I want to come with it. But I also want to make sure that I feel some kind of like tug to be dependent on something. So yeah, I feel nervous all the time. But I think also when it's game time, like as soon as you say, let's go, like it's time to knock it out the wazoo. Like no cutting, no backing down from challenges or whatsoever. Show up, you do all this work. And if you're outside of a door and it finally opens, like, what good is it to be just half-assing it? Like, you got to come through and you got to swing. So my philosophy is like I told my guys the other day, we here for Blair. That was the concert we met at. We're here for Blair. Let's turn up and let's hit a grand slam, you know, just for the sake of, man, we got to all come up together. So I don't want her to leave and people leave, man, the show was awful. No, when they look at me, they go, man, Bishop really turned it up that day, like for her, and she feels good about her own show as well. So that's how I view it.
Well, and she had A&R people there. It's like you in LA, you never know who's watching.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because I didn't know that. I had no idea. Yeah. Yeah, but again, it's all about like go in, have fun. I always say too, the ones who are the most prepared are the ones that can be the most spontaneous. There was a lot of spontaneity happening that night that nobody would know.
Yeah.
But it's because we just know our shit. We know how to come in. We know how to rock it out.
Right. Yeah, Capitol Records was there. No, I'm kidding. I don't know who the fuck was there, but it was.
Call me, Capitol. Call me.
Right? Yeah. Okay, but would you sign a major label record deal? Because they take all of the artist publishing, and there's a lot of. I mean, I just found out about a brand new female attorney that's like preaching the good word on YouTube about the contracts that they're putting out right now.
Oh,
like
man.
she's reviewing 360 deals that they are handing out to artists right now. How do you feel about that?
I don't like 360 deals.
No.
I do not like 360. I think the artists, we seen during the COVID-19 and through the coronavirus, like people needed entertainment in order to actually live. So like the artists are the ones bringing the entertainment. That means if there's a 360 deal, that artist that's working tirelessly is not seeing anything back.
Yeah.
So I say fuck 360 deals. I hate them so much. Here's the thing though. I do also think that there is this like way in the industry now where we can have these creative deals. That's what I call them. Make them more creative.
Right.
What benefits you and what benefits me? And that's nothing new, but in the sense of like independent artists cannot be moved by a name. So if Capitol Records comes to me, like I go, okay, well, how does this work for both of us? Because it's not going to work for me for you to hold all of my shit. You know, and I know a lot of people are scared to turn it down. They think it's their last thing, but we live in a new world today. You can literally set up a whole studio system and make your own stuff right here, right now. You know, you can pay somebody to do your stuff. So again, my head is like, why give somebody all my rights and be miserable? It's like working a job, you know, that I'm not happy with for the rest of my life. I don't want to do that. Like,
and not to mention, I just was on Twitter, X, whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah, all that shit.
Yesterday. Shout out to Liquid Death. And it was a thread about Katy Perry, and they're like, why the fuck is she working with Dr. Luke again? There are still evil people at the top.
Oh, for sure. It's controlled, yeah.
And now because whatever the contract previously, you know, she had a previous contract with Luke for like the same thing as Kesha, like 7 fucking albums.
That's insane.
And she took a break from it. Legally they allowed her to take a break from him because he was in court. But now that that's all settled, it's almost like she has to finish her agreement with him.
Right, yeah.
And it's sickening.
Yeah.
And that judge was a woman. And I'm just like, dear judge, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. The contracts that people signed back then, look at Kelly Clarkson's deal. All those big hits she had off of the American Idol stuff, she's seen none of that. So
Yeah.
it's hard, man. It's very hard. The thing that is good about big record labels is not everything is about the publishing or the music. A lot of things are also, you get notoriety. If you have these smaller micro deals out there or brand deals, that money's coming to you. But what good is it not to have access or ownership of your own music, your babies, the things that you create? I think that's important as well.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm always like, if capital comes, we're going, yeah, we can do a distribution deal. We can talk about percentages, but you're not going to own you're not going to own everything.
A distribution deal is definitely the way to go,
Yeah.
I feel, or like maybe a singles deal just to get your name and the hype.
Yeah, for sure. That speaks to the wisdom of an artist. You have to be a thinker. We were talking about even earlier being nervous. Like thinking before you sing is a key thing. Well, this is a business. You got to know a lot in order to survive out here. So it's all right. I may not give them 6 songs, but I can give them 1. That's cool. Will that be my biggest song? Maybe. All right, well, then let's talk about what it looks like. Maybe we're not going, them 100, but maybe we're going 50-50, or maybe I'm giving them a little bit more, 60-40. All right, I'll take that as well. You kind of just think through what's going to be best for the moment. Because after that, you can go and make about, 8 to 10 more songs and release those. So when artists or when people get that notification, my favorite artist put out that song, then it pulls the rest of those songs up and you own those 10 after that, right?
Right.
So you just kind of like got to think smart. What's going to work for me, or the overall scheme? You can't be angry right away about something. You got to have wisdom and see like how you're going to maneuver a situation.
Yeah. Well, I'm pissed.
Yeah, and you should be. Like, you should be, yeah. When we was talking earlier, well, when I got here, and you were saying stories about what women face in the music industry, man, that breaks my heart.
It's not just that, though. Like, we're talking about publishing right now. I had a 17-song album with Mutt Lange, who is, like, Shania Twain's husband, producer, but like, he's major. And the producer of that album, it's a long story, but I did have three of those songs were already on the radio. For 2 years, I was on the radio and doing shows. And then come to find out, apparently we owed the engineer like for the mixes, but that's only what I was being told from the secondary producer.
Okay.
I don't know if any of that's true. All I know is that there's some other singer girl that spent the last 2 years recording all of my songs behind my back.
What in the world?
And even she claims that she didn't know.
And you wrote on them too?
Oh, I sang. They're my songs.
They're your songs. That's crazy.
And I spent like 2 weeks bawling hysterically. And then I finally answered the email from the manager of the girl.
Yeah.
And I was like, my first and last name are all over the fucking internet. How did you guys not know that I existed?
Right.
Why did you not reach out to me day one?
That is insanity. That's insanity. Yes, I would be done too. I know you'd be like, I'm fucking tired.
So I'm just like, it doesn't make sense.
Right. Yeah, see, stories like this make me go, why do we even like play with these people? I think the only thing is like some of the people on the top, when as far as controlling the algorithm, distribution companies or DSPs.
Oh God.
Yeah. So it's hard to break through. Like it is hard to break through. While it is accessible to everybody, it's still hard to just like push through to develop an audience, all that stuff. Because there's some people up there just kind of like dangling around like the puppets. Like,
right.
Yeah. So
that's why I'm like, just give me a scandal. Like I'll date a celebrity. A celebrity. I just dated a celebrity. It wasn't great.
Oh my God.
I did end up in TMZ, but it was not a good experience.
Rochelle, who? No names? All right, no names.
No, I'll say it. I'll bleep it out. I'm editing, so it doesn't matter. But I brought it up like the past 5 episodes.
Oh, did you?
But he's like way older. He's from a show called 90210.
Okay. I don't think I know that show. 90210.
Bishop's like 24 years old. How old are you?
I'm 33.
Really? You've never heard of 90210?
No, what is that? Is that a reality TV show? What the heck is that?
Wait, have you heard of Friends?
Yeah, I've heard of Friends.
90210 was bigger than Friends.
Was it?
Yeah.
Well, you know, too, I'm black, so my shows is like, we had Martin, Family Matters, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
That's when 90210 was popping.
Well, yeah, see, I ain't know. I mean, I did watch Friends a little bit. Like, I watched Friends back in high school when I was trying to date this white girl. And so, yeah.
You're like, how do they they talk. What should I say?
Yeah. But no, I've never heard of that one. I was watching this interview the other day, Quinta Brunson and Jennifer. It was actually pretty good.
Who's Jennifer?
Jennifer Aniston, the girl in Friends. Yeah,
Jennifer Aniston.
Did you watch Friends?
Yes, I know everything about all this shit.
Okay, I was making sure. I mean, you was quizzing me. I want to make sure you know. No, yeah.
Well, I mean, 90210 has like Tori Spelling, and her father is like Aaron Spelling, like the famous TV director, and then like Luke Perry, who's like.
See, man, they gonna roast me. I have no idea what the show is. Never seen it, never heard of it. Golly, that's terrible.
But anyway, all I'm saying, the point is. Kim Kardashian. It's like sometimes all it takes is a fucking scandal. And that's why people do that shit. Like Megan Thee Stallion getting shot in the foot. I'm not saying that wasn't real.
For sure.
But it didn't hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, it hurt physically.
Yeah, it definitely hurt. Yeah. I mean, scandals, if that's how you want to be known or how you want to get somewhere.
It's not how anyone wants to be known, but sometimes it's like.
Is that the sacrifice that women or actually men, but I would say mostly we're talking about women. Do you feel like as a woman, everybody has to make that decision of how they want to get there? Let me go ahead and take this as a hit or a sacrifice.
Well, you know how I feel right now?
Yeah, tell me.
I feel seen and respected because everyone knows that I'm running this show by myself.
Yeah.
And that has given me the healing that I have needed.
I feel that, yeah.
Because now it's not just like, oh, who's this Barbie bitch wannabe fucking wannabe Britney Spears, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, I'm the engineer and the editor, motherfucker. Like, I'm putting in the work. And so now I'm like, why not a scandal?
Right.
Because now the headline's going to be like, oh, this smart ass professor who's running a studio who's fucking Machine Gun Kelly. Like now that's gonna be, because people.
Did you just say, hey man, you funny. You just called yourself a Barbie bitch. Is that what you called yourself?
Well, I mean, what do you think people are gonna look at me and say? Obviously.
Hey, oh, I'm weak. Well, yeah, you are doing your thing. I'm impressed. Let me tell you why right now you're not probably getting the same energy you get from a lot of guys from me. One is because I grew up where females were like the shit.
Yes, amen.
Women, especially in the Black community, are very well-respected figures. I mean, they are leaders in churches, community activists, teachers. We see a lot of women in our circles that are the head honchos for a lot of things. So there is a respect there for me and how I grew up. So when I see women, I'm like, damn, like my leaders and my mentors, a lot of them are women. They've taught me a lot of stuff, and even like my granny, my mom. So like when I see women doing a thing, like it's very, very attractive to me in a way of like, man, keep doing your shit. Like I got mad respect for it.
It's so crazy because I just interviewed Torin, and he's a piano player, guitar, vocal, all of it, all that shit. You guys need to meet each other, by the way.
Yeah, for sure.
And he said that a lot of these men don't know how to be platonic friends with badass bitches. And he's like, I have so many females in my life that I love and support. And he's been in a serious relationship for 3 years. And he's like, when I meet a woman that's like super attractive and super talented, I'm like, dope. Like, how can we collab? How can I help you? What are you bringing to the table? He's not like, oh, how can I get with this girl? And he's like, that's what's missing out here in LA is like dudes they're not honoring. There's so many chicks out here. But I also, to turn the tables, I always talk to the women about this too. It's their fault too.
Okay.
Because like women are horny. They get on these producers too.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, everybody is. So, that's no reason. Like business is business. I look at business like when we about to do business, I don't need to always involve my personal things in that.
Yeah.
I'm from the like, don't try to mix work and fun all together. Like there should be fun when you're working, but that's something that should remain outside. So that's how I look at it.
Yeah, no, but I think it's just programming that the layers need to be peeled back, especially for chicks that came out here like 5-10 years ago. It's like now we're in a time where you can be in show business without being harassed. But all of the chicas out here that used to think the way that we used to think for survival.
Yeah.
It's like now we have to reprogram our brains to be like, hey, you don't have to flirt. Hey, you don't have to like do this and that to like get somewhere. Like,
For sure.
And I love talking to the girls about this because a lot of them still feel like I'm missing out on opportunities because this guy and it's like that's true.
Yeah. But do you value yourself enough? Like that's the question I would ask.
Yep.
And yeah, I'm saying that as a man. I know our problems are different, but still, do you value yourself enough to be able to go, I'm talented enough to get anywhere I want to get. I look good enough to go anywhere I want to get. I think everybody kind of walks in insecurities a lot, right? Like we're always like dealing with something. When we look in the mirror, the only time we see ourselves is in the morning. But throughout the rest of the day, everybody else is looking at us from the outside, right? And we're very inward thinking. So we're constantly thinking, how do people perceive me? What do I look like? How do I sound? All these things. But the reality is, as we're growing, we should be evolving and we should be constantly getting comfortable with who we're becoming.
Yeah.
That's the key. Becoming is the thing, like never arriving at something. So who am I becoming? And if I'm becoming something and also my value's increasing, then whatever room I walk in, I am enough for it. And I think that's the big thing. We got to change that. So I love the fact that many people, especially women's empowerment stuff right now, and we got these big movements for women. I love that that's happening. We need that. But I think it's across the board. You know how many men are insecure as well?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and a lot of men that are acting like they are insecure, and they only find worth in having intimacy or feeling nearness or whatsoever. So they do stupid shit all the time.
Right.
Like mixing the conversations or the moments you've been in. That's an insecure man. He feels powerful when he's in that position.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous because, again, he doesn't know his value. So in my head, I think it's as simple as, like, we need to get back to people understanding you bring so much value to the table. Shouldn't even be in a situation where you're getting a deal and you're feeling like, I need to do this in order to get there. Hell no, yeah. Integrity still works. Like having good integrity, having great morals, and just being fucking talented, it still works. And if you're good, people will find you. Some of the ugliest people are big right now. Like, think about it, man. Like, some of the ugliest people or some of, like I look at Alan Stone. He ain't the most good-looking person in the world. And everybody looks like, damn, who is that? But when he opened his mouth, man, I'm buying a ticket to come to that concert.
Absolutely.
Oh, Alan Stone, please. I don't even know. You probably going to be like, fuck this guy.
Oh, my fucking God. No,
Yeah.
there's no rules anymore. It's a melting pot. Music is changing every 5 seconds.
Yeah.
And I love that. And that's why I'm releasing old shit, because I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
Oh my God, these are so many songs I never released because I was insecure and
Right.
worried about what this A&R said and this music person and this label and da-da-da.
Yes.
And it's like, now it's like, fuck it,
Yeah.
put it out.
Yes.
The production's pristine. I'm like, oh my God, what an awful way to live.
Right.
That I was hiding my music because of what someone said. That's
Yeah.
insane.
It is very insane. I don't like working for people. I've never been that way.
Amen.
I hated it. I had a job at a grocery store as a kid, and then I worked at like a little icy shop for somebody in my church ran it. And as sweet as that was, I did not like having a boss. I hated it.
yeah.
So I said, like, I am going to be my own boss one day. And I made it clear. I had all these church jobs, and the bosses that I worked for they were very insecure. They came at me wrong. It started out as something. We even had paperwork that this person would get this. And then they flipped the script on me, be like, damn. And I said to myself, the last job I had, and poor guy, I actually feel bad, but I had to say it to him. I said, you will be the last boss that I have. And I meant that. I really meant that. I was like, and you know what? It's something to say when you can actually be consistent and learn from a situation and take it and go, I'm going to still push or squeeze the lemons out of this lemon here to get lemonade. I'm going to make the best out of it. But in result, you learn a lot to take on to the point where you can actually be your boss, right? So I'm my own boss now. I love that. I love being able to work for myself, get up when I need to get up, go do what I need to do. It's not easy though, right? You got to be smart. You got to be sharp. You got to be willing to like be tenacious. Like you ain't sleep last night. You was editing videos all night. Like, you know, people got to know that this is not an easy thing to do. But being your own boss, you also can go, okay, now if I ever need to level up, I can look at ways in partnering with other people and things that I don't have because you do bring leverage to something once you've invested so much in yourself.
Absolutely. I would not trade the sleepless nights for anything because I know what I'm bringing to the table.
For sure. All
and
day.
it's just like, you know, eventually when I do get those big celebrities with big followings on my show, it's like, But no, you worked for that, boo.
1,000%,
Like,
yeah.
you deserve that. And also, I want to riff on what you were talking about earlier about how when you walk into the room, like how you're feeling and how you're presenting yourself. I also like to think, especially for the girls, because girls are insecure and they're always, like you were saying, the internal dialogue is so negative and we're always worried about what other people think about us.
Right.
Some great advice. How are you making other people feel?
Whoa, that's crazy. Yeah.
Because now we're turning it on to them and
Right.
lighting them up.
Right.
And when you light someone else up, they stop thinking about the surface bullshit.
So true.
Yeah, now the frequency is different and they're in another state of mind going,
Yeah.
whoa, who is this person?
That's right. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's so true. Yeah, that
Yeah.
is a way. The last show we did together, that was my first time being on a lineup with all women.
Yeah.
It was my first time. Normally, like all these like little small agencies that book you, Live Nation, whatsoever, like it's all guys on the program or one girl. So the energy for me, I even texted one of my close friends like, damn, this is so different being surrounded by women. But what was cool though is I'm learning those dynamics of like what it means to still show up and be yourself. That's all
Yeah.
you got to be, no matter what room is or how the people are in it, or if it's not your demographic or all that stuff. Man, all that stuff is bogus. You go in and be yourself, like you add something to it.
It's so wild because Blair is one of the few women in LA that I know that is to the core like truly a nice person.
Yeah,
and like
she is.
she's a girl's girl. And the girls that she brought that night, they were all using their own phones for B-roll.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
like this one singer, Kadara, like sent me like 15 videos that she had secretly recorded of me.
Oh, really? Wow.
Like just B-roll. I'm like,
Yeah.
she's either a lesbian or
Yeah.
she's just a really great woman.
Hey,
Like this
Michelle
is fucking
wild, boy. She wild.
I mean, the B-roll. Like, thank you, Kadara. I'm like, come
She
to
said
the
either she's a
pod,
lesbian.
like, you know. But it's that's the other fucked up thing is like it's rare for women to truly be supporting other women. It's so
Yeah.
fucking hard.
That's interesting, yeah, because I mean, like I was telling my buddies, like, normally you come in with all guys, we dap it up, hey, what's up, man, what's your name, where your music at, dope, man, hey, kill it out there.
Yeah.
They come off sound check, man, y'all band, it's like a football game or something, you know?
Right.
So that was way different coming into the other day where it was like, I don't know what to expect, but I have to say, like, it was really cool learning a different art form in general. Like Tori K, that was totally different than anything I've ever seen.
Exactly.
Up close, you see like performers like Britney Spears or, you know, Beyonce or people like that dancing, but you don't see like indie artists dancing like that in a small club like that.
Yep.
So, you know, again, it was a good learning experience, and I love that everybody in that room felt comfortable to be who they are.
You know, shout out to TK. TK is a prime example of an artist that does not give a fuck
Yeah.
about what anyone thinks.
I can see.
And I mean, she's doing the 5, 6, 7, 8,
Yeah.
like in your face. And there could be 5 people in the fucking crowd. And
Yeah.
she's performing like she's at SoFi Stadium. Like,
For sure.
I am so inspired by her. I am so inspired by Blair. Like, they're like blocking out their emotions and
Yeah.
just like, come on, let's go, let's go, let's
That's
go.
right, yeah. Acting like it's a fucking stadium. Yeah, Studio 71 was definitely the crypto arena for a lot of us that night. Like you gotta come with it. And those girls did. So yeah, I was very impressed.
If you could perform at the crypto arena,
Yeah.
who would you perform with?
If I could perform at the crypto, it's gotta be Troye Sivan.
Ooh.
It's gotta be 1975.
Okay.
Give me Khalid. Yeah. And then man, I gotta put a girl in there. I gotta put a girl in there. Man, I'm really loving Jasmine Sullivan right now.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she cold. So I mean, that'd be a different show for sure, you know, but I think it would be dope. Or give me SZA. Man, yeah.
Okay.
Like my ultimate, I'm a big pop head. So as much as like how hard I sing, like I love pop music. It's my vibe. Troye Sivan's probably my #1 pop. Like I'm a big fan. I'm going to this concert in the fall.
Nice.
Writing, everything. So to be on stage and sharing the stage with those folks, I would be good. Yeah.
Jasmine, Lions and Tigers and Bears.
Oh my, yeah.
Oh.
But I'm scared of loving you. That's a good song, man.
God. We're just going to let Bishop sing for the rest of the episode.
That was the dopest song back then. Me and my sisters would be in the car getting it on that song.
On a repeat, bitch.
Lions and tigers and oh my.
Ooh!
Jeez. Hey, man, that girl can sing, man.
And didn't she finally win a Grammy?
She did, which she deserved it. Hotels came out like 3 years ago. Yeah. That was even during COVID. I was dying because she spelled whole like French. I think it was like Heaux or something.
Oh,
but,
right. Yeah.
But like a classy hoe. I'm a classy hoe. No, but man, that record actually made a big impact on me. Lost Ones probably is my number one song. I love that song because, man, have you ever heard that song before?
Probably Jasmine. Don't kill me. Yeah. But yeah.
Well, Lost Ones is like the first line is like, you know you're a lost one, a good one. You know that you lost one. You go out and fuck different people and ignore all your precautions. You drink to get drunk because it's your only option. And the like chorus is and if it's too late, I understand. Sometimes it's too late to make amends. Just hear me out before you let it go. One thing I need to let you know, so don't have too much fun without me. So she fucked up. Like, yeah. So she like telling that person like, oh yeah, I fucked up. Don't move on without me. Why you doing that? We all cope, right? We out there like fucking around, drinking, going to parties just so that we can feel something even though we fucked it up. And then we also want our cake and eat it too. We like hang out. Man, that record was my record because although I'm a man, like I was in that space that whole time mentally making crazy decisions just because I wasn't getting my way and because I was fucking it up, you know? So, man, just like I love when people write good stuff. Like writing means so much to me. I love a good beat. I'm always for the funk. I'm always for the drive. But man, when you're a good writer, like you hit my soul.
And I'll be real. I think it's very difficult for women to be truthful from that perspective because I think women are always the ones that are like, we are the lovers, we are the caretakers, we're always trying to fix a man, these men ain't shit. And it's really hard for women to be like, actually, it was me this time.
Yeah.
It is.
I get that, which is crazy. Again, man, sitting with women and having this conversation, because I always feel like I'm in a room with all guys. But yeah, that is an interesting take on that, because I think it is or would be difficult for a woman to have that conversation. I think we like put so much responsibility on women to show up better than men. Like we want to excuse a lot of men for the things they do, and women don't get that same like grace. So yeah, I feel that for sure. But she did that well. I mean, there's tons of, Taylor Swift, dope writer, amazing writer. I would say Beyonce, man, like that Carter's record that she did with her husband, with Jay-Z. All those records are honest. They are honest records, you know? So I feel like that's really cool that they are setting the stage for women to write more stuff. If you look back in the 80s, I'm a big 80s fan. Shaka Khan, Patti LaBelle, Whitney Houston. They were writing honest shit. Yeah. And that stuff like used to hit home. I'm a big fan of honesty. I'm a big fan of great lyrics. Again, Troye Sivan, to me, one of the best writers. 1975, Matt Healy is a writer. So that's my shit. If you can write well, you got my attention.
But for all the Swifties, fuck Matt.
My bad. Hey, don't get me in trouble with no Swifties. I don't want no smoke. Yeah, but Matt is my dude, though. Didn't he just get engaged?
I don't know, but God bless that woman. Jeez. I mean, Lord God.
All right, did you like this last Swift record?
I watched multiple podcasts breaking down every single song.
Really?
Because I'm like, it'll make me too sad to like sit through a bunch of songs like that. Even though I'm a Capricorn, I am such like a Pisces. Like I'm so emotional.
Wait a minute, Rochelle. Okay.
So. It'll take me a long time to recover. When I listen to sad shit, when I was young, before most of the trauma happened to me, I was like obsessed with like Well, I was obsessed with Motown, honestly, because I grew up in a dance studio and we competed to a bunch of old school shit.
Yeah, yeah.
And the babies would compete to old school shit sped up.
Got you.
So it was like Pointer Sisters, Aretha, like fucking Stevie, like all the, you know what I mean? Nina. Oh my God. Everyone had to solo to Nina fucking Simone. And I thought I could sing like that when I was 12. Yeah. My mom was like, bitch, no. Nah.
Dang. All right, wait, I got to ask you this because you asked me, like, if you had a chance to perform at the Crypto or whatever, what would be the people you going on stage with?
It has to be all women just because it's got to be. There's so many women that still need the opportunity to win. So running sound, I would have that female DJ from Canada. What's her name? I'm going to insert your name right here.
Oh, hello.
She's from Canada. She's fucking amazing. My friend, the Duchess, I would have the Duchess be on sound with her because you guys do shows together.
Yeah.
So we would have 2 female DJs running sound. And then for the singers, I would have that female violin player. Lindsay Sterling on violin.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
On violin. Female drummer. I don't know who your name is either. God, this is really embarrassing. On guitar, Kiki Wango and Nita Strauss.
Okay, I know Nita
Kiki
Strauss.
Wango just got hired to play for the Smashing Pumpkins.
Oh, wow. All right, bet.
Have you seen her?
No, yeah, I have not.
Yeah. Gorgeous. She looks like a porn star Asian girl, like titties, tattoos, like fucking, but all she does is shred all day.
God.
All she does is shred.
Barbie bitch, porn star. I'm making note of all the hilarious things you've said today.
Oh, all these bitches are hot as fuck. Okay, now, the singers. Oh my God, it would be Queen fucking Herbie, bitch.
Oh, wow, okay.
Do you know who that is?
No, I do not. Yeah.
Bishop.
Her, like H-E-R?
Queen Herbie, Herby.
Oh, no, I don't know, yeah.
Oh my God,
Dang.
She's independent, 2 million followers. They are selling out venues.
Man, I'm getting education right now.
Yeah. And
right,
Queen,
Herbie.
R&B singer, rapper.
Okay. Queen R&B. Queen is her own artist. This is a different artist. So this
Queen Herbie.
Queen Herbie. Got you. Okay.
2 words, 1 woman.
Thank you for education.
But also her husband Nick is the producer, which that's so unfair. I'm so jealous of that. But
yeah. Having a dope producer as a husband would be crazy.
having someone chained to a computer just for me is my dream.
Right. Do you like Billie Eilish?
Yeah, I mean, Billie Eilish is a genius. But also same thing as Taylor, like it makes me sad.
Okay. Lots of sad music.
So I can't really, I would rather bump high energy shit in my car.
You're a Pisces. I don't know.
No, I'm Capricorn. I'm
You have Pisces
emotionally,
tendencies.
Yeah.
I don't know shit about
Zodiac
the
signs.
I just know I'm a Libra, and everybody goes, that makes sense. I'm like, does it? Okay, sure.
It's so weird because the last 2 dudes I fucked are Libras. It's so weird. It's just so bizarre because like I am not really that compatible with Libras, but they're just in my vortex right now. Like I'm supposed to be with a Taurus or a Leo.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Why can't Capricorns be with Libras? Like, what's the problem with that?
It's just our percentages for all the things aren't that compatible.
Oh, okay.
You know, like love, family, values, like da-da-da-da-da. Like we're in like the 60 percentile. So I don't get it.
You want family, you want good values, you want chill. Like, is that what you want?
Well, I would like to heal all of this shit with my family first.
Okay.
I think the reason why I can't have a baby is because I am so hurt by like my immediate family. It's just too much.
Okay, I got you.
And it has literally frozen my progress as like wanting to be a mother.
Yeah, okay, I feel that. Wait, you know that you cannot have a baby? Like,
oh no, I get pregnant all the time. I'm gonna have to bleep this the
Boy,
fuck out.
I am dead. Okay, wait a minute.
I mean, I've only had 2 but I get pregnant very easily, bitch. Oh my God.
That is again, my notepad of things that Rochelle has said. You need an account of what Rochelle says. Man.
Yo, clearly you have not seen this podcast because I be saying shit.
I'm a newbie. Remember, I just met you last week. I'm new. I'm new. What in the world?
Save yourself. You don't need to watch it. It's fine.
So yes, but you're saying
I'm very fertile.
But you're saying you don't want to have children, or you don't want to have them until you heal. You don't think you'll be a good mother.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because babies absorb everything.
Hell yeah, generational.
And I am so hurt. Like, I lost my mom to suicide. I don't speak to my father.
Damn.
My youngest brother is blocked. My other brother got like, what?
Yeah, there needs to be some healing. Yes.
It's like we lost mom in 2009. So look at all the years that the drama has transpired into just this like darkness. Yeah. And I'm like, it's nothing that I can do.
For sure. What does that take? What's that going to take for everybody to come together?
Well, I mean, I think what it took for me is to say goodbye, to say I love you, but I have to leave now because I can't continue to put myself through the pain.
Right. Yeah.
And shout out to all the people that have gone through this transition with family. Sometimes you have to.
Oh, you do.
You know?
Yeah, there's so many moments you got to walk away from what is comfortable so that, because even in the comfortability, there's a lot of discomfort, right? Yeah. So if I'm experiencing discomfort, but yet also at the same time, I know there's better for me, sometimes it's the people that are closest to you, blood, or people that your chosen family,
your
best
chosen
friends.
family.
Yes, definitely. But I'm learning right now, like, when I'm wanting to, what I really want, I have to ask myself, what do I really want in life? When you ask yourself that, you realize how much is taking up space. I just recently did this thing I called TOFs. They're top of the hours. But I just like give different notes of my experiences. So I was on the elevator in Phoenix one time, and a whole bunch of people got on. We all had our luggage, everything. We're going up to our rooms, but the elevator would not go up. It was making this loud ass noise. And then I look up to the left and it said capacity was like 2,000 or something like that. I was like, oh shit. Okay, well, somebody has to get off. And then as that person got off with their luggage and his family, then we were able to go up. What I am realizing in life is if we ever want to go higher, we have to have some things exit our elevators. Leveling up means that we have to, and sometimes these people are good hangs. Sometimes they're people in our family. It doesn't mean that we don't love them, but where we're going and what we really want, everybody cannot go with you. My grandma said it to me a long time ago, and I was upset with her. I had a group back in the day. I was a teenager, and I said, we're going to be together forever, you know? And we got done singing one time. My grandma has a way of just saying stuff and be like, ouch. But she said, she used to call me Pooh. She said, Pooh, everybody that's with you ain't with you. And I looked at her like, you don't know who is going to be with me. Now I look back now, like 2 of those people are the people I talk to the rest of my life. Like I don't even have relationships with those other people anymore. Yeah. And so that speaks to the fact that we're holding on to so much when what we really want and where we really want to go, those people don't belong in that space. Yes. So being able to compartmentalize things and put people in spaces is really good. My therapist said this to me one time. She said, Darius, you're a musician. So my real name is Darius, but everybody know me as Bishop. She looked at me, she said, with a concert, you have different rooms that you have people in. You have your green room, you have VIP experience, you have the front row, you have the balcony, right? Mm-hmm. So we allow ourselves to put everybody in the green room, but they don't belong in there. Can you imagine you try to stick you're at the crypto arena. You can't stick hundreds of thousands of people or 30, 40,000 people into that green room. Right. You have to, everybody doesn't get to see you in your bra and eating your green M&Ms and sitting there talking to you while you're getting ready for the show. It's like, yeah, I don't like green M&Ms, so I just had to say it. So the writer. My thing is but those people, some of those people belong in VIP experience, and we have to be okay to going, you may not be in this place with me, but you still have importance here. Yeah. And I can compartmentalize that. Some of those people, we love them, but they also don't belong in VIP. They're out in the audience. It doesn't change the fact that I don't love them, but I've been carrying these people in these spaces where they can't handle it. Yep. They can't handle it. There's a difference between transparency and vulnerability. I can be transparent with everyone, but I can't be vulnerable with everyone. Because when I'm giving my vulnerability to people who can't be trusted or can't hold it, then that's when I start getting in trouble with my energy and I can't go to where I'm going. So I think you're making the right decision to move forward and do what you need to do right now, Rochelle. I think you're doing right.
That was so beautiful. I mean, that's going on Instagram, motherfucker. But that is the main reason. It literally, obviously, was a calling from God to start this show.
Yeah.
During lockdown, podcasts helped me survive because I was locked in here by myself the whole time.
Damn.
And it was just all these women that I look up to, like female comedians mostly. And I love comedy because they take the darkest shit and allow us to laugh about it for a little bit.
They do.
And I'm watching these women call themselves out about their bullshit and talking to other women about their bullshit. And I'm like, this should be me. Like, I need to start doing this.
Right.
But not just for the girlies. I love bringing the men in too.
Yeah.
Because there's so much that needs to be improved upon with communication in general.
For sure.
And not just between men and women, but like just communication as a human being. It's very difficult.
It's very, very, very difficult. Learning communication is everything.
Yeah.
Like even in our everyday relationships with people, let alone I think the divorce rate is so high because people do not know just how to communicate.
Yeah.
All the way down to, I don't like when you don't put this toilet seat down. We rather passively walk through life and just let that person continue to leave the toilet seat up and like not say anything, but that's pissing us off. And where that begins to build on this and build on this, and then now you're at a point where everything this person does makes you angry because you failed to communicate what you need.
Yeah.
Right? We have to be better at communicating what we need from people. I have learned in my life that if I don't have anything that I need from a person or they're taking too much from me and they're not giving anything back, and I don't know how to articulate what I need from them, then obviously I don't trust that they're a person that's safe for me. So I have to again, protect my energy. Let's everybody say it. Protect my energy. We got to protect our energy. You got to do that because what good is it to have a whole bunch of energy out there that you've given and then you're not mentally there to like live for yourself?
Okay, hot take. I personally, and don't come for me, all the beautiful brides out there, but I think that marriage is a trap.
I can see that. I definitely can see that. But that's because marriage has been, look at the institution of marriage and what it is and how it's been displayed throughout our country and what people rather you get married just for the sake of the symbol of it or like the outward appearance of it, instead of digging and dealing with what is real. Right? So we got a ton of people like in these dope families, you know, they're either high esteemed, they got a lot of money whatsoever, and they tell you, go to school, go get married whatsoever. But marriage is a relationship. And if I don't know how to communicate on the level of either I can't communicate with my own brothers and sisters and family, it doesn't change when I get like with my spouse.
Yeah.
So I think in general, like because we portrayed the ideal or the display of what it is without talking about what makes a marriage work, what is real partnership, we don't do that. So again, we got a whole bunch of dysfunction out here and everybody's comfortable being uncomfortable.
Well, and another hot take, honey, marriage is a business deal.
Yeah.
It's a green card. I'm a real estate agent, so I need to look better for my clients.
Wait, is this another thing I'm adding to my... What does the green card mean? She said it's
you know, all these hot Europeans that come out here and they're like, but I love you, baby. I love you.
Okay,
like,
I get you. So people
marry
treat
me.
Yes, yeah. People get married for the wrong reasons. Like, I just need to get
right.
in.
It can mean so many different things depending on who you are. What's the context? What is your why for getting married?
Right.
And then you see these people in shitty business contracts, which we call marriage, right? Like a lot of women out here are trying to be a Kardashian and they marry the man for money. I mean, how many people have suggested to me, Rochelle, why don't you just marry a rich man? Because I don't want to get murdered. I don't want to get thrown off a fucking cliff, okay? Like, are you kidding me right now?
Oh, God.
The more money you spend, the deeper the knife goes, babe. Like, did we not learn from OJ? Like,
man.
So for me, I'm just like, I am so content with continuing to work on me.
Yeah.
And then if I end up being with a partner that checks all that, it's just beautiful and it's loving and it makes sense.
Right.
Okay, fine. Then maybe. But like, I'm just not going to be one of these girls that like gets married because society told us to.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. I went to a Christian school in college. And I was into this girl, a little white girl. I promise you, I date, outside of that. But, at Cedarville, it was only white people. It was like 9 black people.
You're going to get in trouble.
Yeah, everybody know. As black folks, they're like, you with a snow bunny? Yeah.
Oh, my fucking God.
Anyways. I was trying to talk to this girl, and we go into Bible class, which is also hilarious as well. And we on our way to the study group, and I go, yo, like, what you want to do with your life? She said, she's like, I'm here for my MRS degree. I said, what's that? She goes, a Mrs. degree.
Oh, yeah.
I said, so you're paying, you already did your freshman year, you're in your second year, you're $60,000 in now, and you're paying just so you can find a husband. That girl got married maybe like a year later, and she came out with $60,000 of debt. That's insane.
I'm saying.
It's like, man. And again, it's that pressure of also going, this is what life looks like. I don't know what her family dynamic is from her, how she grew up. But obviously you think that's okay for a reason, or you were sent there because that's the ideal that was painted for you, indoctrinated, mind shaped by that kind of shit. Yeah, that's not cool. Like, I think we have to redefine. I'm okay with redefining things now. We can do that.
We can.
Yeah, like, why not? Yeah, it may start out small, but anybody that's redefined or made anything new, like and grew, it wasn't popular at first. So let's redefine it now.
But and this conversation right here is making me realize how grateful we all should, like, artists should be so grateful that we have so much purpose as an artist.
For sure.
That we literally don't need to identify as a wife or a husband.
Right.
Like, oh my God, I don't need that validation.
No, you
and
don't.
I recognize like what a huge privilege that is to feel like, you know what, my life is good the way it is.
For sure. Hell yeah. Life is good. Yeah, it is good.
Because most of the time I am super depressed and I'm like, why are we on planet Earth? This shit is whack as fuck. Human beings are just a lot and I can't do this anymore. But then it's conversations like this that make me go, damn.
Yeah.
I want to create and I want to keep building on this life.
That's right.
That I have built and created, and working with artists like you who are you're so sure of yourself and you've known since day one. And like a lot of people just don't know what they want to do and they don't have that purpose.
Yeah. I will tell you, Rochelle, it's hard. Like 2020 and 2021, I had 2 big conversations with myself. Those conversations where I've allowed myself to walk in a path that other people have said this is what my life looks like. For the longest, was I happy? There were moments of happiness, but in my core, I was not happy, and I also didn't love myself. You won't hear a lot of men say that, but I truly say I just didn't love myself. When I looked in the mirror, I'd be like, man, I don't like this person. But I found a lot of identity in my voice. I would sing at churches all around the world. Thousands of people getting booked in all these different places. And the validation that I saw myself with was my voice was good. And people just loved and flocked to me. So I felt like, oh, I'm a gatherer. I bring people together. But I found my identity in those things. I did not like who I was. For the longest, I thought, man, I can't find love. I won't find it because there's nothing out there for me specifically. I'm like dedicated to the call of music and artistry and ministry or whatsoever. What I started realizing is I had a lot of dysfunction and I was coping behind the scenes in many ways, which led to what you were talking about earlier, which led to so much dysfunction. Because again, you can only cope for so long. I got so depressed, like I wasn't even writing anymore. I wasn't even like making music anymore. And it got all the way down to the point where it was like, damn, I'm also broke now because I've spent my money on things just trying to fulfill myself to get to the next moment. So I realized in 2023, like I need therapy really bad. As I started doing that journey of therapy, and shout out to Stacey Kaiser, she's the best therapist, just in my humble opinion. This woman's brilliant. But at the top of the year, she like starts talking to me about my childhood. And one cool thing is that I have to acknowledge is I had a great childhood. My dad and mom were incredible. They taught me great things. Like I didn't get abused. I didn't get touched in any weird way by them, or like stories. I'm blessed.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Oh my
Just
God.
Crazy
Straight
stories
up,
that
yeah.
you hear. And I'm blessed in that way. But we also carry dysfunction, and we carry things in our mind of things we experience. And a lot of the stuff that I grew up in as well, as far as church and music, while it was a lot of positives, there were some things that also mentally like blocked me from experiencing who I am at my core and what I need to like actually function, and the questions I needed to ask myself that I wasn't asking. So I start asking those questions and start really diving through, what does it look like for Darius to love himself at his core? And then how do I express that? That came Bishop and all these cool like things. My record label called Mogul House, of like, I'm designed to actually make a change, and it's not always within the context of how people see it. It's in the context of how I feel like it's in my heart to step into.
Yes.
And if God affirms that, then I'm good.
Yes.
I'm good, And I think out of that has come the confidence. Now I'm walking into spaces going, not only do I want you to hear me, but you can see me as well.
Yes.
I'm cool with that. And you don't have to like it or whatsoever. That's fine. I ain't everybody's cup of tea. But hey, somebody gonna like me.
He is most people's cup of motherfucking tea,
True,
bitch.
true. But no, I'm just joking. No, but you know what I'm saying? Like that's like real talk. Like I watch a lot of rappers. My favorite like influencers are like Rick Ross, Jay-Z. Like I love Rick Ross is one of my faves. And hate or say whatever you want to say about Ricky Rose. But the cool thing about Ricky Rose is he came up and like as a unit, and then they group, and how they did in Miami and Atlanta, like they built their lives based off the value of how they show up at the table. Like they know what they carried. And although he may have not been the quickest rapper, like all some of these other guys on the East Coast or West Coast, like in the South, like this dude had a swag. He knew what he brought to the table, and like he's bold about that and confident about that. Now he's one of the richest men in the world. Like this dude is amazing, incredible businessman. He's hilarious, he understands his own culture, and he loves what he brings when he's coming up to the table. So I fuck with stuff like that. Like, and that's what I want to be. Like, I may not be your Michael Jackson, where everybody loves Michael. I may be your Prince. Like, I may be the guy that's like, man, I like him and tolerate him a little bit. But the fact that I love myself is way more important than how people are perceiving me right now.
Amen. And Bishop and I are open for you guys to DM us.
Yeah.
All the hotties, hit us up. Bishop's looking for a woman. I'm looking for a man. Hit us up. We are open for love. We are.
Hell yeah.
Even though I am kind of like, shout out to the boy that I'm kind of talking to right now.
That is funny. Is he a Libra?
Yes. What the fuck? This is so weird.
All right.
And I promised myself I was not going to hook up with another musician, but he's
a musician.
He is, yeah.
So what is it? What is a Libra? Like, what do you know anything about Libras? I don't know what it makes us like. What is it?
You guys are just very like
Here we go. I'm
you're
excited.
the mediator. Like you're very like level-headed and like like a Scorpio is the hot sauce. A Gemini is going to fuck shit up and cause major drama. And like a Libra is kind of like, okay, everyone calm down.
Oh, we're the mediators. Okay, we bring things together.
You guys bring like
That's
peace to the...
True.
This guy is so level-headed and so sweet, and like nothing triggers him.
Okay, I like that. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, shout out to him. I'm very similar.
Which is not my type. I love alcoholic, drug addict criminals. Like that's usually what I'm attracted to.
But you want somebody to come and love you at night, though. That's gonna be like, when you get done being all of this out there, like you come home, like this person loves you.
Well, what I'm impressed with right now, and I even said to him last night, I'm like, look, I know my social media is super triggering, and it's like me and all these dudes, and he's like, babe, you look beautiful.
He's confident.
It doesn't bother me. Like, I'm like, who?
My guy. I don't know who this guy is, but shout out to you, man. Yeah.
Yeah. So
we aren't threatened by things. That would be Libras aren't big threats or threatened by people, right?
Yeah. And women like me really need someone that's not gonna like, who the fuck is that? You don't want to beat the fuck out of like
that's true. Rochelle, you are beautiful. When you walk into a room, I'm sure everybody is like going crazy. So I can imagine a guy cannot be territorial or jealous. That just wouldn't work. That would not work.
Even dudes that I'm not that I'm not, or like, who's that?
Yeah,
I'm just like, we're not dating. Like, what are you doing?
That's crazy. That is crazy. That's different. They're not Libras though. That's why.
Okay, so to wrap it up, I want you to tell the people about your label and the live streaming situation because, dear artists, I want you guys to start making more money. Okay.
Yeah.
2024, right here, right now, you need a publishing company. You need to be making more money.
That's right.
And I think selling tickets and live streaming is definitely the way to go. Yeah. What is your opinion?
Yeah, definitely. So I started a record label with two of my best friends. It's called the Mogul House. What we do is we exist to amplify the artistic voice, and we do that a couple ways. We run big events such as Day Fest, which is a partnership with Revel Day, where we give a platform to different artists to perform. We have other shows like Untapped, where it's like smaller indie artists just starting, kind of like more like a so far kind of vibe. And then we also do a series called Light and Dark series. It's going to be coming out really soon, highlighting the artist's voice, putting them in a room with a big old dope light with a band and getting their story told through their music and through a crazy interview.
Ooh.
And then one of our biggest ventures right now is called Mogul Studios, where we have a studio in Burbank, and basically we sell packages to artists. We call them micro deals. So we're not giving the 360 deal. We don't want to own majority of your stuff. We're going, hey, pay us this amount. Our lowest package is $2,500. You own 50% of your song. We take no publishing. It's all split amongst whoever writes in that room. But we guarantee that we can make a killer ass recording for you. Probably one of the best recordings ever, industry standard or above. And that studio's up in Burbank. So I'm loving that right now because we get to create and help artists like fulfill their dreams. If you could have came to me at 22 and been like, pay me $2,500 and I will give you the best song ever, and you own all your publishing and 50% of your performance of your master, but you own your master too. Whoa, what is this? You also get photos. You get a small documentary of the making of your song. And again, we are making the best music out of Mogul House. I'm biased, but I'm also telling the truth. If you listen to my shit right now, you're gonna go, I want to record with Mogul House. So we have a team of producers. We have artists that are now on our roster as well that are making dope shit, and we're releasing stuff all the time. So that's.
But really quickly, like to all the parents, the added benefit of working with you guys is that the kids are safe.
Yes.
They're not around creepy ass people that are gonna take advantage of you. It's like that's more important than anything.
Everything. It's everything. Yes. Like I don't tolerate shit like that.
Yeah.
You know, that's not the cloth I'm cut from. So nobody in my company acts that way. Everybody in what we do at Mogul House is for the integrity of making great music and helping people accomplish their dreams. That's it. If you hear anything outside of that, then that's not my company. Or I hemmed them up and knocked them out because I just don't play that.
Because there's a lot of rich parents out here that are pimping your kids out to all the wrong people.
For sure, yeah.
So you guys need to be going to production houses like this where your kids are safe. Like fuck a 22-year-old. I'm talking about a 13, 14, 15-year-old with a killer voice.
Right, yeah.
And they're like in the studio with Dr. Luke, who's a...
Damn.
I'll bleep his name out, but...
Like again, I'm going to say, damn. There's no need for that. With Mogul House, we don't operate like that. We try to get creative again. Like our motives, like... The industry is what it is, and they have been taking people's lives and throwing them away and making money off of them. That's not our goal.
Exactly.
Our goal, we all win when we come together and we partner and give you, I think even the best writers are in Mogul House. We help you write. Like we got this crazy board when you walk in the studio. It's a window and we write out and like you come write with some of the best writers to get your story told. We like listening to them. We take you out to eat. Tell me what broke your heart. Tell me who you in love with. Tell me why you depressed. Let's get this song out. Let's make it happen. So I think that's key. Our last part is that we do live streaming. We live stream a lot of stuff through the vehicle of Twitch. Twitch is a big vehicle for us, and we kind of started out going, how do we live stream and engage a different audience, building an economy online and virtually? And so like one of our main artists, Closure, right now, he's massive. He does a lot of stuff on Twitch. Like right now, he got noticed by Ryan Key from Yellow Card. And it's like Yellow Card, they've been sharing his stuff on Instagram. He's going to one of their shows Friday. I mean, because again, the audience of virtual, you're getting so much more play. What's happening on there? You're playing music. You can do your own. You can have it set up like this, and like he literally has a keys, and he's just playing songs. He has a queue. People can pick songs. They hear your originals. You can do your release parties there. All this stuff. You're building an audience that some of these markets are oversaturated. Like we are trying, like one of the big advice things that were given to me years ago is don't always go after your friends or the same market of people who are constantly being snatched at. Come to my show, listen to my stuff, all this stuff. No, there are other people. Your market is engaging people out there that haven't heard you yet. How do you get to them? Vehicles like Twitch are fun and it costs you nothing. Look at it like playing a gig at an Italian restaurant. Some people go and they play that gig every Thursday and they make like $3 or $5 in tips or $60. Well, with Twitch, you actually have people that can pay to subscribe to you.
Yes.
So you're seeing money monthly and they have different tiers of what you see back whatsoever. People can tip you. They have something called bits, like Twitch currency. 100 bits equals $1. So if somebody gives 1,000 bits, then man, you just made $10. That's happening all the time.
Yeah.
You get paid monthly. It's a great way to make an income and make a living if you're streaming on a consistent basis. So where are we seeing streaming at right now? Big time, like Kai Cenat, like the Amp House. They just had Kevin Hart and Drewski on streaming.
Oh my God, I just talked about Kai Cenat. My friend Angela won his talent show at his house.
Up, really?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he's my favorite right now. Like,
Cool.
so fun. But I mean, that's just talking stream. But if you're not a musician, you can get on there and just chat, talk your shit. Like, you know, if you wanted to live stream one of your podcasts once a month and like your subscribers get to see that, they get to pay for that, and they can expect that you're going to bring it to them.
So do you think Twitch is more lucrative than TikTok?
Right now, yes, I do.
Wow,
I think
okay.
because the platform is way better when it comes to live streaming.
Okay.
Like working in coordinate with apps like or softwares like OBS or Streamlabs, they've become way more accessible to live streaming really well. Their back end, the software behind Twitch is amazing as well. So I just think they have a better setup. It's better than live streaming on YouTube either. But you can upload your streams to YouTube from Twitch, but I think it's better right now. I know a little bit about TikTok live streaming, but even the inner workings, like being able to upload or do a live stream in a very excellent way, there's so many loopholes you have to go through to get there. You got to use the Yellow Duck and all these things on top of OBS. It's so many programs, which with Twitch, get you Streamlabs or get you OBS, plug in your stuff. You can run your studio system in there. It's hard as that. Or if you want to just plug in a mic and just sing in it and just let the room pick you up.
And can you swear, like, how strict is Twitch? Because TikTok, my personal page, they banned me from live because I was doing a podcast and she was talking about OnlyFans and it was like, boom, we were like cut off immediately.
No, yeah, I mean, they got on Twitch, with depending on what category, they got hot tub streams where girls get in there and they just like, and I mean, the creepiest folks are in those streams, right?
And they're not getting banned.
Creepy as hell. No, yeah, because they have different categories. So gaming is the massive category. You want to watch people play video games.
Right.
So, you know, in my humble opinion, many of the female streamers right now see a lot of the energy, and a lot of them are just really good looking. You know, you can push your boobs up, have them out. You see all these creepy guys coming in there whatsoever.
Yeah.
But a lot of the girls that are doing just talking streaming or something like that, like a lot of those girls are beautiful as well. I think girls, like I always say, use your unfair advantage. If you have an unfair advantage, use it. Don't do it to where you're devaluing yourself, but make it apparent to where you know what you have and go ahead and use what you have.
So can I record on this computer and then live stream on my phone?
Yes, you can. Yes.
I should have done that today.
Well, you can live stream from here. All you do is put your stream key in
but
from
isn't
Twitch.
isn't it gonna be lower quality if I upload it to YouTube or it just directly?
It will directly upload it however you want.
What about Spotify?
Spotify, you can save. So you literally would click record, start recording. You can put this, the recording would go into a file on your computer, and then everything else, Spotify, the audio, you can rip the audio from the MP4 and save that, or you can just plug in, like I use Ableton. So while I'm playing, I also click record. So everything is being recorded audio-wise. If I had a song that I wrote on there whatsoever, that's in there now. You have your audio recording and your video recording, and then also it doesn't lose it because it uploads into 4K or HD.
What have I been doing?
Yeah, I'm telling you, Twitch, hire me. Hire Mogul House. Hire Mogul House. We'll get people turned onto it, and we'll put better music on Twitch than there is right now.
Exactly.
And you heard it from me because I don't love all the musicians on Twitch, and so I'm like, yeah, let's get more people who are musicians on Twitch. I think it should happen.
Amen. We're gonna do it.
We're gonna do it.
Okay, you guys, it is time to say goodbye.
Time to say goodbye. Man, hey, yo, I gotta say, Rochelle is so awesome. This is one of the like best atmospheres I have ever been in, having a conversation with people. So you want to check out her podcast. Also, any water company like Liquid Death, you missing out. Get it with it right now, because back then they didn't want me, but now I'm hot. They all on me. She about to be turning up, and then y'all gonna miss out because somebody else like Topo Chico gonna hit her up. We going with Topo because they got glass bottles anyway, bitch. So. Just joking. Anyways, yes, Rochelle, thank you so much for having me on your podcast, and I'm very appreciative of your voice in the music industry. Don't give up on yourself. You got something special.
Oh my gosh, you guys, the amount of goosebumps I've had this whole interview, I'm like freezing.
You crazy.
Okay, so where can the people follow you, and what should we be looking out for?
All right, you can follow me at bishopsworld_ on Twitter and Instagram and on Facebook and TikTok, bishopsworld_ Sneed on TikTok. I got songs coming out every 21 days. I got a song coming out. Yeah. Third week of July, my new single hits. I just released a single last week. And so then I'm also planning my massive show right now for my album release concert. So just follow me on Instagram, stay up with me, and I bet you will love joining Bishop's World. I have a saying, when you step into my world, you'll see a lot of yours. Welcome to Bishop's World. You'll be all right here.
Ooh, I love that. Okay, and what about Twitch? How can we watch?
Yeah, Twitch, you can find me also at Bishop's World as well on Twitch, or you can also find me at Mogul House, MOGUL House, HOUSE. I conduct most of all the interviews. I'm doing all the hosting for a lot of our shows on Mogul House, so you can see me there too.
Yes, I want to watch. I want to learn. I want to be inspired.
Yeah,
I'm so excited.
For sure. Man, thank you again for having me. I appreciate you.
Yes. Okay, you guys, give yourself a hug, journal, do something today that makes you happy, and we are sending you all of the love and the healing vibes, and we will see you soon.
See you soon, and shout out to all the Libras, baby.
Yes. Bye.